Hey everybody, what's going on? Nicholas Lau here from Dallas, Texas. Today I have a very, very special guest for you. He's a good friend of mine. I met him in the trading industry a couple of years ago, and he's one of the people that have been taking me under his wing and teaching me how to trade, especially in the art of binary options trading, which at Economy we call RFX, Rapid Forex. So my guest is Chris Germond. He is from upstate New York. He's going to tell you a little bit about himself. And what I really want to do today is for you to understand the journey that he's been through and all of the things in his life that he's been through to get to this point where he's an educator for a multinational company, and to show everybody that, listen, where you start and where you finish are a couple of different things. And, maybe a couple of years ago, he probably wouldn't even think that he would be in the position to be impacting so many people's lives. But that is what he's doing. We have an absolutely awesome team and a bunch of students that are getting some phenomenal results. So I'm going to get myself out of the way here. Chris, welcome to my channel. And I just want you to introduce yourself. Tell people a little bit about your background, and then we'll get into your Forex journey.
All right. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Germond. They call me the real binary master. And that's because I like trading binary options. I've been trading binary options now for a couple of years. But going back to the beginning, first off, I'm a father of 3 beautiful children. I'm happily married to my significant other that I've been with, my high school sweetheart, although I was never in high school. My highest grade completed was 9th. And from there, life has taken me on an amazing journey, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. When I first got started with, network marketing or trading in general, it was in a really, really dark place. I was in a really, really dark place and really bad time in my life. I was hanging around the wrong people, making bad decisions, and doing just young and dumb, stupid things that got me in a lot of not necessarily trouble with the law, but a lot of personal battles and demons that I have to face and today still deal with. But I was listening to this gentleman on stage, and he was talking to a crowd of thousands of individuals, and he was telling my story, but it wasn't me up there, it was him. And through his story has empowered me to this day to just want to do better. And because he was able to achieve success at that level, and he experienced similar situations and downfalls in his life that I have, I was just very easily to relate to him, and I knew that if he could do it, that I could do it too. Which, actually I haven't really talked about it publicly, but I'm an open book right now. But I am a recovering drug addict. I have a 11 years clean off of opiates. Unfortunate event, I broke my ankle. Long story short, broke my ankle, got put in a cast, was dependent on opiates. Then when cast came off and it was time to get off the opiates, my body just wasn't ready to get off of them. My mind, mentally, I wasn't ready to get off of them, and I was full-blown drug addict. And it was a year after my cast got off that I had developed blood clots and just a whole lot of unhealthy, lot of personal health issues. And I knew that I had to do something. I knew that I had to change my circumstance. I knew I had to change my situation, because if I didn't change, I was going to be dead. And I was just so thankful to be around that community at that time that wanted to help inspire, educate, and empower other individuals to do more, have more, and become more. And it's very it's Nick said it probably think about a couple of years ago, I would never be able to impact or empower anybody, let alone myself, right? So it's just been a great journey. It's truly a blessing. And guys, I don't share with anybody to impress you, or I just simply want to impress upon you that the possibilities are endless when it comes to trading, when it comes to self-help, personal development, and growth. What I found out is that I have an addictive personality, and it doesn't matter what it is. Once I become compulsive over it, I become addicted to it. But I turn my bad demons and my negative downfalls into a positive, right? I am addicted to working. I do work a little too much, but it's healthy, right? I mean, as it is unhealthy to work too much, but now I have more balance. I'm addicted to working. I'm addicted to spending time with my family. I'm addicted to putting smiles on their faces and enjoying life on life's terms and not on my terms and poor situations that I found myself in. And it all comes down to this, right? I heard again, this gentleman was on stage speaking to a crowd of thousands, but I heard one thing that stuck with me. He said two things that stuck with me a lot, actually. He says, you are who you hang around with. You become the top 5 people that you associate with. Well, in the beginning, wanting to hang around with wealthy millionaires and people that are making, 6, 7 figs, I wanted to take it up a notch, and I wanted to be around 5 of those individuals. Well, let me tell you, coming from my position to try to hang out with those people, they weren't going to allow that. There wasn't. I didn't have any growth to get to them to deserve to even be in a same conversation with those gentlemen at that time. That's how I felt. So I got around people that were on the same journey as me. Maybe they were in chapter 3 of their book, and some were on chapter 11 and 12. And the ones that were, farther advanced in their book, I started associating with. I started absorbing the information and education that they were sharing, not about business, not about anything have to do with money related, but how to live a better life, how to be a better person. Like little things like that that they don't teach you in school, that I truly believe, if they taught, how to handle money, how to manage money, and how to be a good person, I think everybody would probably stay in school to get better and to do things. But that wasn't the case for me. Like I said, I'm a 9th grade dropout. Um, and I've lived an amazing life over the last 5 years because of this industry. And guys, the last 5 years, I say I've lived an amazing life, and I went through hell the last 5 years. Unfortunately, we've been in 2 situations where my house is, we had to, two similar situations where our house caught on fire and we had to relocate and move into another house. Now, guys, this doesn't happen to the average household one time in their whole lifetime, and it happened to me twice in 3 years. And you just can't imagine what that does to you, right? Like, guys, I lost everything. And this was just 3 years ago. I lost everything. Like literally, we moved from Florida to New York and the start of the pandemic, and we had all new furniture, all new appliances, and everything was gone a week later. No insurance on the house. Again, I could sit there and say, why me? I could sit there and say, I could soak in misery and be negative and disappointed and live like that. But what I did was I chose to take that time to actually better my skills in trading. And throughout that time, we lived in a hotel for about 3 weeks. And I remember those 3 weeks were my most profitable trading weeks that I've ever had up until most recently. It was my first time ever making 4 figures in a week, was the weeks after. And it was because I was able to dedicate, a lot of time into putting in, into the education, into the information, and understanding, how to become the trader that I was looking to become. But like I said, I don't share this to impress you guys. I share this to impress upon you that if I can do it, that anybody can do it, guys. And I just want to say thank you, Nick, for having me on here. We're just getting our journey started here, guys, and it's just going to be an incredible run.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you being that vulnerable and letting people know the things that happened to you, because it's important for people to know that you didn't just wake up one day and trading just clicked and that's your life. You've been through a lot of things, more than a lot of people should have to go through in a lifetime. And being the husband and father that you are, it's hard, having to see your children go through those things. But the thing is that at the end of the day, their father is the real binary master. He can do things that other people just can't do. And that's what makes you so different. Your story is a story of redemption. And it's a story that needs to be told. It's easy to come on these things and say, hey, let's just talk about trading. This is what a chart looks like. But people need to know the man behind the candles is what they need to know. And then that's what you are. So, transitioning from there, and I appreciate that. What was your first introduction into trading in general, Forex? You don't have to name name any companies or any people or anything, but just, you know, how did you get into it?
So social media post led me to piqued my interest. I reached out to a gentleman. They was talking about cryptocurrency. Knew nothing about it. It was going to be the new wave of the future, new money of the future. They were calling it then. I guess they would say, and I dove in head first. Didn't know what I was doing. Very uneducated, but I got lucky. I was able to buy a couple assets at a very low price that I wish I being if I was educated, I would have known, you know, for example, I'll just tell you the real example. I bought XRP token for 0.07 tenths of a penny. When it reached 25 cents, I sold it, not knowing that it was about to break out and go to $3.80. Now what would that have done for me, right? That jump and price would have changed my life at that point. Like, I might not even be here in this conversation, but what that jump did for me was allow me to take care of my family forever, because I was so uneducated. I knew that I could not let another situation like that ever happen again. I knew that I couldn't be in a position where I want to be in a position where I can control my outcome. So it was where, I wanted to learn the charts. I wanted to open up the chart, not just see XRP, but understand the movement behind XRP. And what I found out is that it's just human behavior, right? We all chart markups is, guys, and analysis is just a human reacting from another human's behavior. So they say follow the masses and do the opposite. Kind of similar with trading. You said something where he says, just a second ago, you said I was a real binary master and I could do a few things that not anybody can. I just want to revamp that. Anybody can do this, guys, because I swear to God, ninth grade dropout, no education level, and if I can figure this out, if I can make this work for me, anybody can. And it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of pain. I'm not saying there wasn't pain. The difference between me and the next person, or usually the only difference is just the person, just me to them. And I'm willing to go through so much pain because I can through the hurt, through the discomfort, through the the downtimes, I'm not focused in the moment. I'm focused on the outcome. I'm focused for what's coming. I'm always looking ahead. So I'm not hurt in the middle. I'm not hurting right now because of what I'm doing. I'm already in the future, and I see myself there, and I just continue to work towards my goals, my dreams, and just continue to try to be the best trader I could possibly be. Real quick to wrap it up, I was introduced into cryptocurrency. That was the first introduction into crypto. Uneducated, got lucky, made a little bit of money. With that money that I was able to make, I got into another project that was, again, I wasn't in control of my money. I was allowing other individuals to trade my money for them, and at the end of the day, they just walked off with my money. At that point, I said, man, I can never allow myself to be in a similar situation like that. So what did I do? I seen somebody talking about Forex and showing a chart, which the chart looked like the Bitcoin chart and the XRP chart. So I was like, well, that's interesting. I don't know really what Forex is, but I know that's a chart. So I reached out to the individual, and me and this individual became really good friends, and he introduced me into Forex. And he was a good mentor of mine and friend, and he's doing other things 5 years later, and I'm still here. And I just thank him greatly for introducing me to this amazing industry, because it's truly been a blessing. It's truly changed my life. And I know that with the information, so here's the deal, right? If you want, you don't want to trade other people's money. You want to trade your own money. You want to be responsible for your own money, and in control of your own outcome. You want to be in control of your own destination. And I just dove into the education. I dove into a lot of educators and a lot of different information, and they have good content. Some had good content, some had not so good content, but it was all a learning experience. It was all valuable information to me at the time, and it was all information that I tried to take as much as I could out of it. But at the end of the day, getting into charting and analyzing the market, it's something that you have to get into and do for yourself. You have to back test it. You have to really enjoy the experience, because guys, if you focus on the money in the beginning of your trading journey, you're going to be highly disappointed. And I always say the first few things they should teach in trading, the very first thing is, risk management, which unfortunately it's one of the last things that are taught. And it's only taught because you learn it the hard way. And that's a sad truth. So I like to educate and inform people on what's coming. Let them know, like, hey, listen, this can happen for you, but if you think you're going to get rich tonight, like, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong mentality. Because I can guarantee you one thing: this is not a get rich quick scheme. It's a get rich forever skill set that, once learned and mastered and implemented onto your charting, could truly take you to anywhere you want to go, guys. I mean, you hear people say they live the Forex trading laptop lifestyle. It's not meaning they're not working hard or not, they don't deserve it. That means you're just comfortably trading on a lounge chair at the beach with a Bud Light Lime in their cup because they can, right? They put themselves in a position to win. And that's all you have to do in life, guys, is just get around people who want to win and grow with them, guys. And then eventually, you could blow past them with your education. Some people are slow readers, right? You'll have somebody on chapter 12 for 10 months, where I'm a speed reader, right? So I read through 20 chapters before they completed one. And it's okay, like, everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own time frame that they can achieve things. But all I do know, again, is that if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because, like I said, you know I'm nothing special, guys. I'm just a typical human being. I like to say I'm a good human with a big heart. I have 3 children and I'm a father, guys. I'm just your typical human being that wants more than the last person, guys. Like, I just want to work as hard as I possibly can, educate and empower the masses. Because I look back at the time that gentleman was on stage, and I hear him saying the words that he said, and I know that if I could just impact one person's life, my time to tell, right? I'm going to be standing on stage and I'm going to be talking to 20,000 individuals. And in that crowd, there's going to be somebody that needs to hear my story. There might be somebody now that's going through Nick's or my YouTube channel that needs to hear this story, guys. And it's okay where you're at. It's your current resting spot is not your final destination. It's only a part of the experience, and you need to go through it to get to the next level. But you have to understand where you're at right now is not where you want to be. You have to make that decision for yourself, right? We make decisions every day on a daily basis, and you just need to make this decision for yourself right now that you've had enough. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? That's what it was for me, guys. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was sick and tired of being broke, busted, and disgusted. And I didn't want to be the father that didn't have, my children look up to me, or I don't want to be the father not to be able to leave a legacy, from my last name. My last name is going to mean something to my family for generations to come, guys, because of a skill set and because I have the mentality that I refuse to lose.